So we're going to kick off the work party with showing you what it looked like, the main field area, just before we started. Got over there about an hour early to get things set up and took a short video showing the field before any mowing was done. First 25, 30 seconds is going to show you what it looked like before, and then you'll see us pick up as the work party comes on board and we get started. That's about as far from the edge of the canal we want to cut it. We want to leave all the good field grass, as you can see, in there so they can seed and grow in thicker to choke out the blackberry and tansy and other noxious and invasive species. And we're going to try this year, instead of mowing the whole field like we usually do, we're going to try to come through here with pickaxes and shovels and dig up the blackberry roots and get rid of them, because you can see there's quite a few out there, but a whole lot less than there used to be. Okay, we're out here on the 3rd of June on Goat Island, cleaning up blackberries and tansy and clearing the trails that are out here. I've been out here for years. Got Jim Beal over here on the pickaxe going after some blackberries. Got Aaron and Melinda Weller over here going after blackberries, and got Jen over here digging blackberries. Got Bob Clary out here digging up blackberries. And Gary Brown up here digging up blackberry bushes too. Out there on the brush hog we have Jerome Didier. And we're not cutting down the grass. We want the grass to grow and the seeds to spread so that we get this meadow nice and healthy. What we are mowing is we're mowing down the canary grass. That's that tall green grass that you see right there. And we're mowing the daisies. They're not native to this island. We want to try to get rid of them. There were about 4 times that much last year. We're also digging the tansy. We're going to take you down on the other end of the trail. There's about a mile of trails out here. We try to keep those cleared throughout the summer months so people can come out here and enjoy nature. And in August, end of August, they can pick blackberries. So although we're going after blackberries, we're going after them just out in the field area so that they don't spread. These are Himalayan blackberries, which are an invasive species anyway. But you can see this whole field was covered with blackberries this tall. It's taken us 10 years to clear this meadow and get it back to a grass pasture area for wildlife. The geese, the deer, and the rabbits just love it. So we got Jay Nelson down here on the weed eater. Isaac Smith ahead of him. And then Jim Crandall. This really grew over this last year. Melinda's determined to get them out by the roots. Well, you can see as you look around here, we've made a big dent in the blackberry vines. Got rid of most of the daisy, most of the blackberry, all the tansy we could find. And we'll wrap it up for today. To all the volunteers that came out to help today, thank you, really appreciate it. Restoring Goat Island is one of the priorities for Habitat, and we appreciate it, and I know they do too. We're going to show you now what it looked like before we started and then after. So there'll be a before, video clip and then an after video clip, one right after the other for the different segments of the trails that we worked on. Here we go. So you saw the before, this is the after. Trail that goes back down here toward the wetland portion of the island. Picture of this particular trail leading down to the tree line. This is the after picture. This is what it looks like after we came out here and cut down the brush on the side of the trail and mowed the trail down. This brings us out on the east side of the pasture area, or the field area. In this area to the right. As we came out of the trail through the trees, you saw the before picture. This is the after. All the canary reed grass is mowed down. The field is clear from the Douglas spirea all the way over to a large stand of Himalayan blackberries. That's what's all that over there. The edge of the canal, which, like we said, provides good erosion control for the canal and recreation for people that come out here in August and pick blackberries. Jay Nelson and Isaac Smith and Jim Crandall on this trail, cutting this brush down. You couldn't even see through it. This trail's been here for years. We built this trail about 10 years ago. It is the original path of the trail that leads all the way out to the point. But just over the winter and the early spring, these blackberries grew over this path, and every spring we got to come down and knock them down again. Berries on the right are going to stay. We'll trim them down a little bit, but there's blackberries on the left. Eventually, we'll eliminate those, all the blackberries on the interior of the island. So this is the coming up on the island grassland here. So you saw the before, now this is the after. We cleared a trail about 10 foot back from the blackberries, all the way around. This stand of blackberries here, as you can see, is about 8 foot tall. This whole field, I'm going to pan the field right now. This all the way from blackberries here, all the way across to that dark green grass was 8 foot tall Himalayan blackberries from here all the way down to those trees at the far end. It's taken us 10 years clearing this by hand and brush hog, and we just finished up. We've still got a lot of work to do, but you can see the piles of blackberry vines and tansy, a lot of tansy in there. We dug out as much of the tansy as we could find, and as much of the blackberry as we had time. We spent 5 hours out here digging it. You can see this end down here is where we didn't get to. Maybe next year. This end over here all the way to the trees we did get to. You can't see any blackberries sticking up over there, and you can't see any tansy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's so many other videos on there. You saw the canal. There's a video on there of tour of the canal. You saw the brush hog over on the island. There's a video on there showing how we got the brush hog over on the island. And there's a video on the history of Goat Island. So any of those three or all of them you might want to check out if you've watched this video. So I hope you have a wonderful, blessed summer and you're enjoying the beautiful weather we're having right now.